Hey everyone, this is Heather Picken, and if you're watching on Facebook Live, uh, later on the replay, make sure you put an R. I also want to learn where people are from, so as I'm talking either now or later, make sure that you tell me where you're tuning in from. And if you don't know me, I am an executive coach for female leaders and visionaries using neuroscience. And today, I want to talk about the power of understanding your subconscious mind, especially on letting go as it pertains to creating your fearless vision. Now, if you did not see my post below, we sent out a press release that went all around the country, actually internationally as well. And it's all really about my work and what I've been doing. And one of the things that I have been working on for the longest time is taking my vision to the next level. And so what does that mean? Well, what you want to do is you really want to ask yourself an empowering question. What is it that I want to do that I can expand my reach and really make a difference in the world? And so I started asking myself that question. And what also am I inspired to do, right? What is my unique formula? And this is something that I teach with my private clients and in my masterminds, that formula, like how to really find that formula so that you can connect with your vision. Now, I will tell you, here's what happens. If you have a clear vision, and let's just say you are coming from the place of, well, this has to happen, it should happen, it's got to happen by X deadline. What happens internally in your mind is you're really forcing things to happen. And so here's what I want you to look at. I want you to understand that your subconscious mind is so powerful. Really, 95% of your beliefs, habits, and behaviors come from your subconscious mind. So when you are creating your vision and you feel like you're forcing things, realize you're actually going to push things away further. You're also going to create anxiety. You get those feelings of why things haven't showed up. And that will impact your focus, your creativity in your business, and you'll start either comparing yourself to other people. Wow, they're doing really great things. And so this is where you have to understand, am I in the flow of my business or am I forcing things? If you feel like you're forcing things, here's what it's going to look like. You're going to use imperative language. I should, I must, I have to. And you want to look at those signs. You want to check in. Am I using that language? Also, check in with your feelings. Do I feel a lot of anxiety? Do I feel fearful of having whatever I want in my vision to come true? And so you need to check those things in order for you to truly let go. Now, why do you want to let go? Well, you want to let go so that you can get into the flow. Now, I have this little mantra: when I let go, I'm in the flow, right? And so when you say that simple phrase, and it really is simple, it allows you to flip that switch in your mind to think about something differently. And you want to create what's called a pattern interrupt in your brain so that you're not focused on the worst case scenario. And I find that happens to a lot of people. So I want to say, hey, everyone that is join me today. We're talking about the power of your subconscious mind and also how powerful it is to really let go. Like, how can you really let go of wanting to have the thing, right? And we're talking about it in terms of your business. This is probably one of the most critical things that you need to learn, because if you don't, the drawback to you is you start living in this fantasy world because you keep beating yourself up and comparing yourself. What I see is you compare yourself to a fantasy of how you think your business should be, or you compare yourself to other people out there, Facebook land, whatever social media platform. And what I want you to do is, number one, realize that your vision is unique. It is uniquely yours. You're the one that's creating it. And so why do you want to compare yourself to other people, right? So when you take the pressure off yourself, you allow yourself to let go. You allow yourself to be on your own timeline instead of the world's timeline or society's timeline. I mean, think about it. We inject the values of authority figures, what society dictates of what we should do, right? We also might inject the values of our parents, right? Well, you should be in this place in your business, or why isn't this happening? Maybe you're in a relationship and you're in a good place. You've created your vision and you're taking the action steps that you need to take every single day. But then you have a partner and they're telling you, why hasn't this happened? And all of a sudden you start creating anxiety within yourself. So one of the very first things that you also need to know is that when you're clear on your vision, you've got to have crystal clear vision. And when you know yourself, like when you really understand who you are and why you're here on this planet with your vision, it allows you to also let go because you're not taking on other people's energy. I have worked with women all around the world, and especially when women are in relationships where their significant other does not 100% support them, and help them to shift their mindset around that. Because the reality of it is, if you're taking on your partner's energy and you're not focusing on just letting go and taking action, then you're going to internalize their stuff, right? So I always say this, there's actually a benefit to, let's just say if a spouse is not 100% aligned with what you're doing, it's actually a benefit to that. And this is how you can balance your mind around it, is look at how that person not supporting you is actually a catalyst for you. Because if you can't balance your mind around it, what happens is you start internalizing what they're thinking and what they're saying, and you make it your truth. And it's impossible to truly let go. And so letting go is, again, getting clear on your vision, doing something, a tangible action step that you're taking every single day. And no matter what, maybe that action step is not getting you exactly where you want to go, but you're in the flow. When you're not in the flow, you feel like you're forcing things. So you have to keep tuning in. Is taking this action getting me closer to my vision? Do I feel like I'm in the flow? If you feel like taking the action is forcing things, here's what I would suggest. I would suggest that you align your mind to your vision and really start working on your mindset. Now, why is this important? This is what I've been studying for years, and this is what I'm so excited about. And I'm going to be doing a TV special on this. I'm partnering up with some big partners that I'm so excited about. I'm not going to share exactly who it is right now. But when you understand that your brain is neuroplastic, meaning it can literally rewire itself in milliseconds. Truly, this is what neuroscientists have found, is that when you understand how to give your brain a command and it can rewire the brain just like that, that to me is a superpower. However, what most people do is they neglect how powerful this thing is, right? And they go off on what they see in the physical world. Now, interestingly enough, your subconscious mind does not know what's real and what's not real. And so why wouldn't you want to take the time to reprogram this so that you could get the results that you want? So people usually do the opposite. They start working on the marketing strategy, not looking at, the internal dialogue of what's going on, and therefore they don't get the results that they want. Recently, I was working with a client who hit $500,000 in her business, and I will tell you, marketing was part of it, but the bigger part was her being able to get out of her own way and looking from within, getting clear on the vision, truly letting go, and trusting the process, right? A lot of times we don't trust the process because we're so worried what other people will think, what happens if I fail, right? All of that dialogue, your partner's not in agreement. And this goes back to your vision is uniquely yours. You're on your journey. So what you need to do is just get clear and practice letting go. Spend some time, quiet time, and just detaching from the specific outcome. So let me give you a scenario here. Let's just say your vision, your mission, your purpose is to impact millions of people on this planet. And you feel the only way to do it is through, and I'm just randomly making this up, through selling a course or whatever. That's the only way that you see it. And because you follow this path, because you think that is the path, because everyone else is telling you to do that, right? Marketers, you follow that path, you invest a lot of money, and then you realize that's not the path. But you followed it because everyone else told you that was the right path to follow. However, what if I told you that there could be a different way that you could connect with your vision if and only if you focus on letting go and you trust your intuition. And this is how powerful your mind is. Your intuition is so strong, but a lot of times what happens is, especially women, they don't trust it. They're getting the signs, they're getting the signals, and they negate that power. Every person on this planet has access to their intuition. It's just they're not using it because they want to believe those outside forces instead of going within. So my lesson for you today is to ask yourself, number one, do I have a clear vision? Am I connected with my vision? And if I'm connected with my vision, am I truly going to learn how to let go of needing and wanting the thing? Because as soon as you do, that's when it's going to happen. I want to leave you with one last story. I was working with a client who started a business in a different country. They didn't even speak the native language, and they're like, "Hey, I'm going to start a business. Can you help me?" And I said, "Okay, absolutely." I said, "If only if you're dedicated to this vision, because I'm not going to promise you anything, but I will tell you, if you follow what I tell you to do, you're going to get great results." And so I worked with this client on priming their mind to connect with their vision. So we spent a couple of weeks as we were focusing on the strategy. What is the vision that you want to have? Boom, we got it. They were so excited. And what was interesting, this is the cool thing. When you're clear on your vision, you start attracting the people and resources to you, okay? And to me, it is like this spontaneous thing that happens all of a sudden in the brain. The reticular activation system is like a switch. It's like a filtering system that automatically puts you in front of the people. They were already there, you just didn't see them because it wasn't turned on. And so all of a sudden, this client had the right people and resources right in front of them. I was helping them to create a high-end package for this corporation. And I'm like, this is what you need to say. This is how you need to sell it. So we're practicing on all of those things. And the person was like, okay, let's do it. They had to jump through a lot of hoops. Now, I want to take you through this process because this is what happens. As you go to different levels of putting yourself out there, let's just say if you want to work with big companies, you have to jump through bigger hoops, and there are more challenges, and it takes longer for you to get the yes. And so we were going through all of these things, and like, well, they got to talk to this person and this person, and they started to get frustrated. And I said, you've got to let go. I said, let go, because if you're truly meant to have that contract, it will come to you. But you also have to communicate your value. You can't be pushy. You just kind of have to naturally allow things to evolve. And so we got to that point where they said yes, they got the contract, like they sent out the contract, but then something happened. They didn't sign it. So here it is that we did all this work, and my client was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. This is challenging. I hate this. They were about to give up. And I said, listen, here's what I want you to do. Don't give up, but I want you to let go. And I gave my client just a simple thing that they could do on flipping on the switch of allowing themselves to let go. And they truly did. This is why I love this story. So it was about a couple days after that, when my client truly let go, that they got the contract. The contract was signed. And it was such a great experience about understanding how we get in our own way. We get in our own way because we're so focused on needing and wanting that thing to happen. But again, it could come in a different form. It could be a different timeline. But your power is truly in letting go. And so that's what I want you to practice today. Now, if you found this helpful, if you want to grab one of my free gifts over at heatherpicken.com, I actually have this whole resource. Actually, there's 2 resources. If you go to heatherpicken.com, I have this whole training series on creating your vision, how to get clear. I believe I share in those stories some of my clients, how they have created a very successful business by following these principles using neuroscience. So it's all about creating your fearless vision. So if you go to heatherpicken.com, absolutely free. And before I go, I want to talk one more thing about your vision and letting go. So I had asked myself this question for many years, like, what can I do? What can I do to get my message out there in a bigger way? And it came to me. If you ask yourself a empowering question, your brain will find the answer. More importantly, your subconscious mind will find the answer. You'll connect with it intuitively, and that's when the magic happens. So I started asking myself that question, and that's when I came up with, if you don't know, my wine label, fiercefemme.com. This is one of my releases, and this is so true. This embodies everything that I've been talking about. Knowing yourself is like having a superpower. So you can check it out. You can go to fiercefemme.com. This has been part of my vision. And as a result, now I have corporations looking to sponsor me to do a 10-city tour. And it's all because I have been focusing on letting go, getting clear on my vision. Like, what is it? What is it that I want to put out there? And I'm not going to lie, it has not been easy. It has been very challenging, but that's what we attract. We always attract those challenges that we can handle. So again, if you want to get that free gift, go to heatherpicken.com. Let me know if this video is helpful. Let me know if you're practicing on letting go, or are you attached to a specific outcome in your business? Okay, that's it for me. Have a great day and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.